You can tell a lot about a person by looking at their hands, but you can learn even more if you look a bit closer. Here's everything your nail color can tell you about your body. First, let's talk about red and black. And no, we don't mean some crimson nail polish. If you ever see red lines form under your nails, they're most likely splinter hemorrhages. These are red and black spots that show up when the blood vessels under your nail bed burst. If you notice these spots sometime, think back to the last couple days. If you drop something on your finger or toe, that might have been the cause. And while the phrase splinter hemorrhages may sound like a scary condition or some crappy metal band, don't worry. It just means that the blood dried under your nail bed before it could escape. But impact isn't the only thing that causes splinter hemorrhages. They could also be a sign of nail psoriasis. If you've already dealt with psoriasis, you could be especially susceptible. A 2017 rheumatology study reports that up to 90% of people with psoriasis of the skin can get psoriasis of the nails. In general, if you see splinter hemorrhages without any other symptoms, you're probably in the clear. But if you're feeling off in other ways when you notice them, something more serious might be going on. The American Academy of Dermatology Association reports that splinter hemorrhages can be a sign of heart problems if they show up along with symptoms like an elevated temperature or an abnormal heartbeat. Moving through the primary colors, yellow nails can have several causes. Fungal infections are one common reason nails turn yellowish or brown, in which case you probably just need some medication, ointment, or laser therapy. But if it's not that, then they're a bit of a double-edged sword. For one thing, yellow nails are a symptom of diseases like thyroid issues, emphysema, and rheumatoid arthritis. On the other hand, they might just be a side effect of your habits. People who smoke tobacco often wind up with fingers stained a dark yellow shade, but then again, so do people who cook with turmeric. So the best thing you can do if your nails are yellow is know yourself. If you have a history of fungal infections, that's probably your answer. If you're dealing with more complex medical issues, it could be a symptom. Keep an eye on what you put in your body, and maybe chill on the cigarettes. Thankfully, the explanation for green nails is a bit simpler. In fact, there's literally a disease called green nail syndrome, which is caused by a buildup of a certain type of bacteria. And while it may not be pretty, it should be painless. To get rid of it, you might have to apply topical antibiotic treatments for a couple of months, or take some antibiotic pills if that doesn't do the trick. Alternatively, a green nail could also be caused by a subungual hematoma, and if that sounds scary, don't worry.
It's a bruise.
Okay. In that case, it's actually the skin under your nail that's bruised. So just like a splinter hemorrhage, if you dropped something on your toe, don't be surprised if it turns green. Trauma like that can also cause nails to turn purple or black, and it might not even be from a single impact. For example, wearing shoes and walking around all day can put pressure and friction on your toes and toenails. That alone can be enough to cause bruising or draw blood. But if you can't think of any reason you might be bruised, then you may need to worry about cyanosis if you notice a purple nail. This is a disorder that causes blue or purple discoloration due to poor circulation. If that's what you're dealing with, your nail probably won't be the only thing that changes color. Your hands, toes, or arms might also start to turn. In the event that they do, you'll want to see a provider because this can be a sign that your heart, lungs, or blood aren't working right. Alternatively, some skin cancers can also show up as black or brown spots under your nail. So if you've ruled out a bruise and cyanosis, you could have a form of melanoma. And if you're worried that that's the case, definitely get it looked at. If it spreads, melanoma can be fatal.
The most common sign is a pigmented stripe in the nail. It starts as a brown or black or even gray band in the nail.
Now that we've discussed almost every color of the rainbow, all that's left is white. Of course, the tip and cuticle of your nail might be white naturally, but irregular white spots or an all-white nail can be a sign of lupus or other diseases. Discoloration like this is called leukonychia, and it's often caused by pretty boring reasons. In fact, the American Journal of Clinical Dermatology notes that just getting artificial nails can cause nails to turn white in spots. And if you regularly remove fake nails, that could leave white areas on your real nails as well. And once again, if it's just the nail that's bothering you, whatever's causing it to change is probably not life-threatening. But if you start to notice other symptoms along with these color changes, it couldn't hurt to get checked out.